Hello. Are we partying so late for a reason, or are we hiding from someone? Good question. Warpcore, what are you doing up? It's isn't it like really early in the morning for you? Pretora, how's it going? My chat on the prompter hasn't fully caught up yet. Yeah, I figured, let's get a little bit of testing in, and just got done with dailies an hour ago. Okay, now my prompter is showing. Yeah, just a little bit annoyed today. The landlord here, they got bought out by the apartment complex got bought out by some other other private equity group last year, and the books that they had are a little bit screwed up. So they're saying that like half of the people, myself included, have a balance that we owe, yet we've shown that we've paid it, and yet they're still going and saying no, you got to pay it. And it's like it was $152, but it's the point of it. Like, one of our neighbors, they got it, and it's like almost $2,000 that they're saying they owe. It's just annoying. 9:45 a.m., almost 2 a.m. A stream when I'm home and can watch. Nice. I'm glad to be providing a good time frame for some folks. Yeah, it's 7:45 p.m. here for me. Let's get NetGraph up. So on the topic of nerfs, I think it's very clear that people aren't happy about the changes. Like, what I can tell you right now is Hexa cannons and twinkling lights are still like best in slot gear. They're just not as far above other options as they were before. With twinkling lights, this should have been, I guess, feedback here with that is there was a comment on one of my streams about them potentially looking into it, and making sure those sorts of comments are posted somewhere like through an official channel would probably be good, just to let people know, that something new just released and, they're looking into it. Just so people aren't caught off guard. And I should have mentioned that in a news video. With Hexa cannons, I understand a bit more as to why people are frustrated. At the end of the day, the Hexa cannons went from being the best experimental weapon to being the best experimental weapon. I'm seeing some dropped frames here. Hopefully my internet's not crapping out. But it's more of the fact that it happened so far after release, and like we knew like right away when that released that it was, like mega good. Okay, do not disturb's on the phone. So it's just the fact of hitting things so far after release when they were known to be like super powerful at release just really rubs people the wrong way. And I think for any future, like this is advice I've given, feedback I've given, any future sorts of like nerfs or balance adjustments need to be counteracted. There needs to be something really positive, a nice buff, some positive change going out at the same time to balance things out and not cause as much frustration. Yeah, I agree. There's a lot of experimental weapons that are simply just garbage, and making some of those better would have been better. Yeah, Paul, I will ask about that. As I've been thinking and talking to people, I think most of my conversation with Thomas, so I've got my interview with him. They gave me a range of options, and I've got it set up for next Monday. The video, though, can't go live until the 17th at the earliest. So that'll give me a bit of time to get the editing and all that done. But yeah, I'll be asking about that, and really I think the focus just needs to be on not necessarily all of the endgame issues that we experience. You know, the servers we've already had a bunch of comments on. I'm not sure if there's much more to be added by bringing that up again in a conversation with him next week. Given that we've just had multiple comments about that from Jeremy, Thomas, and the CEO in the past couple of days. I think it'd be better to focus more on some of the stuff that did get brought up in the Reddit thread, but like they want to bring people back in, and you know, just focus more on, you know, questions that are, you know, more focused into that, where, you know, like ways to improve the game, to bring people back in that may have stepped away. You know, just a conversation that leans more towards that direction. Yeah. Okay, let's do a run here. I'm gonna do just solo ISC. Well, just to start this off, so this is my like proper min-max, like endgame mirror angle setup for Deep's record chasing. So I'm gonna give this a go, and we'll see what the numbers look like. Now, there's a lot of variance here because it depends on how well I fly. And when I'm streaming, that always throws a curveball. Have a Trek cassette tape. Would I be interested in it to have, or maybe do a little auction to get some coin? I mean, if you don't want it, I'm going to be selling the rest of... I've spent too much money in the past couple of months, and I'm definitely going to be selling off the rest of basically the rest of the ship models I have. Like I'll probably slim down to like a collection of like 10 to 20 ships, because I still have like 100. So I want to get those sold. I'll probably do a few bulk listings on eBay, but I'm also going to be selling the 3D models I've been working on. Slim down, yeah, dude. My shirts are getting too big. They're getting a bit baggy. I'm almost right around like 50 pounds lost since I started the Zepbound back in September. Yeah, Real Merch did honor the affiliate stuff. Yep. Yeah, it was a little bit annoying because I was right around like Black Friday and all that, right? Like, and it was like they owed me, I think it was around like 200 something bucks. So that all got sorted out. It was their automated system.
Disarm your weapons. You will
Jeez, Warp Core.
your home world, where we will begin assimilating your culture and technology.
I was never that big.
Scanning the nanite transporter. Done. Additional data available.
Not the best start. It was fairly weak. My transition to left is slow. When you do a lot of these ISCs, you pick up on like when stuff is going wrong and all that, and like, this isn't terrible thus far. It's also like, I can already tell this isn't like an amazing run, especially that being alive right there. It's unfortunate.
A probe is closing in on the transporter. Destroy it.
CSV misfire. You see, if you mess up your ability activations, CSV will do that. Because CSV doesn't like having other stuff activated like right around it. That just like screwed me over. Yeah, look at that. That gateway was alive long enough that spheres came in. And when the spheres spawn in, that's always a bit rough. Because they apply hazard emitters to it. Well, I got the Endeavor done. If I'd had CSV go off on the gateway there, probably would have been 3. Not like my best run, but still. Hexa cannons, I mean, look at that. Hexa cannons still did more than my Terran cannons. Yeah. Dan, thank you for the bits. Yeah, I got the real merch money. Seems you're still having some shoddy internet. I'm looking at my dropped frames on OBS. It's not perfect, for sure. It keeps saying my connection is dropping down just a smidge, which is unfortunate. Barefoot, how's it going? Billy? And Dan, thank you for the 55 bits. I greatly appreciate that. And Dan, I did get your mail the other day. I'll be starting that giveaway up probably tomorrow. Get that gambling done during the prime time stream. Martin? So, I mean, like the Hexa cannons, like what other experimental weapon would I be able to slot that does, 200k? And this wasn't even as good of a run as it could have been. The rainbow setup still did fine. Yeah, you got to be careful just in general with the activation order. Like, what happened with my CSV there is because I had other activations going on around the same time. Like, right in that same second, CSV decided to misfire. It really sucks. It's why, the like, really top-end record runs are taking so much time to do. Barefoot, thank you for the $5 sticker. Greatly appreciate it. I have unclaimed rewards. I do. Yeah. Yeah. It's the ability activations can be a bit rough. Don't use spam bar keybinds. When I last checked, no, they did not. Am I selling? Well, I've got the list of ships still up on the Discord. But I'll probably do eBay if there's no interest. Like I've done a few on eBay and all that, but there's definitely room to do more. I'm still trying to figure some stuff out with these too, but let me... this is a fully loaded one. But I'm gonna be selling these kits for like a 10-inch mini rack hard drive cage. I'm not selling the fans or the PCB, but trying to figure out pricing. I used a calculator, and one of the calculators gave me a number that ended up being seemingly a bit too high, but hopefully when I go and do that on the tech channel, like hopefully I can get some of those units that I've got built up sold and use that to cover some cost. Delta Wolf, not much. Barefoot, happy Aloha Friday. Ginger, sneaky stream. Not much, Delta, really, just chatting and just did a solo ISC with the mirror angle just to, get some numbers on Hexa cannons and Rainbow and, you know, it's still viable. In fact, if I upload this, do we have... Yeah, I heard that, Warp Core. I was watching Hardware Unboxed. I listened to their podcast earlier. Mox? Dude, I have a hard time, like, watching, like, the WAN show live nowadays. I've gotten so used to watching almost every YouTube video at, like, somewhere between 2 to 3 times speed. It's hard. Yeah. All of my video reviews I've been doing at like 2 times also, and gotta have the timestamps from the Noki guy, yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's always better to watch them later on, for sure. Okay. What I was gonna do here is upload this because I believe this is live, which I should be able to announce if it is. Is it not? No, is it not showing? Oh, okay. So we're still working on this. But looking at getting some new seasons up on the Oscar tables. The last plug video I saw of yours was the charger box with the face. Hey. That little thing has actually been pretty nice. I don't have it plugged in right now because I was digging through the room trying to find a copy of my lease earlier. Checking gray names. Martin. Crazy that Jake's getting like 5 to 10 times the views Hardware Unboxed get. Yeah. Barefoot, thank you for the casual membership. I greatly appreciate it. Martin, thank you again for that 50 the other day. For Oscar, we're going to be having new tables set up for Unleashed, Post-Hexa Nerf, Corruption. Yashinga's looking at this too because we do feel that it's very... Well, I can say this because it's been in a public setting. Type 7s are on the watch list. So this popped up on one of Endeavor Gaming's streams last night, but Jeremy did confirm that Type 7s are on his watch list. So just be aware. I've provided my own set of feedback, but given that that statement has been publicly said on a stream chat, I'm just sharing it there. I think the difference with nerfs we're seeing right now compared to how we used to see nerfs with like season 13, was it 13 or 13.5? I don't remember. When all the plasma consoles and feedback got hit. I really don't remember. I was around back then, but mine's a little bit fuzzy on the specific date. Do I think we're going to see a lot of balance changes this year? The feedback I've given is that if they're going to, they know now what the items to look at would be. But yeah, okay. There's got to be actions to counteract it. Jeremy, how's it going? I would say if they're going to hit stuff to pull the band-aid all off at once, do positive things at the same time to counter. Like, there's a lot of gear out there that we just don't even look at nowadays. Like, I was gonna bring this up because I'm talking to Thomas next week. The Lobi store at this point. Has there been any thoughts about going in, maybe touching some of that stuff up? It's just definitely got to be some balance. I think we all know that there's gear that is a little bit OP. Martin, Damn. Martin with the 50. Martin, thank you for all of the gifted on the YouTube side. I greatly appreciate it. Yeah. The difference here is that we're not seeing nerfs like back in the day. It's trying to keep things still usable. That's really key, is making sure that they're done in a way where the items are still, like, you're not having the value of the item you purchased just completely disappear. That was the big issue with, like, feedback pulse, the Embassy Plasma consoles back in the day. Yeah, okay. The underperformers, Jeremy, that's a really a good thing to hear. I think people like to hear that. Yeah. Tab gets 50 members. Yeah. Yeah, I brought it up because I was sent that. And I know it's just a matter of time till that starts popping up elsewhere. Yeah. That's good. Yeah. There's definitely lots of things in the game that need some adjustment upwards. Okay, let's do... Oh, actually, I'm at New ROM, and I need to go down to New Romulus here. EPO tagging is our universal endeavor, so if you guys have not done this, it's actually really easy. You just have to be careful because sometimes...
We have the strength now.
This can happen. I'm not going to do anything special here to get out of that. I've had that cutscene play a couple times. And it still likes to pop up. So if you like log out and back in, you can bypass it. Jeremy saw nothing. I'm not bypassing any cutscenes. I don't know why I'm running over there. I could have just used the transporter, but we gotta flex the Sylvia's feline charm. Yeah. $150 ships shouldn't be doing worse than $20 end store ships. Focusing on premium's good. He did that cinematic with 60 tunes on one account and 20 on another. Oh no. Martin. I feel bad for you. Just gotta tag some EPOs. And running around as the cat. I was had the niece in here the other day and she saw me running around a map with Sylvia's feline charm and she was going crazy. She's like, I want to play that game, Uncle Spencer. Like, oh no, I'm gonna have to get another account set up with Sylvia's feline charm. Do I think pay to win should be a consideration in ship design? I mean, given the cost of like premium ships in this game, especially given the per character status, like it just feels bad if you buy something that is that expensive and then it just performs horribly. That was the issue with the that I had like with the most recent legendary bundles. Just the items in it, you know, for what that bundle cost, they just felt so underperforming. The poor bridge officer needs sick bay? No. We need more injuries on this bridge officer. Needs more. Yeah. I've done what I needed to do. There's the universal endeavor done. They'll keep those injuries until the servers improve? Oh no. Okay, between these choices, I will actually go for a ground one. I'll take the armor pen for ground. Look, you want to know what I do to my bridge officers? I'll show you. I'm going to go into Jupiter Station Showdown. This is what I need to do for like April Fools is, you know, have quotes of people saying, you know, you need to heal your bridge officers, and just a compilation of me sending them into combat to die. Just stacking up all of the injuries. Throw them off the bridge. Unfortunately, if I recall, if they do go off that bridge, they the fall damage won't kill them. I got the Muds pack finally an account-wide mirror warship. He punishes his bridge officers. Look. They wear those injuries like a badge of honor on the ship, okay? Dude, this is gonna be the April Fool's video. There we go. Yeah, you guys have fun in there. Stack up them injuries, boys. Oh, did they kill everything in the first room? Damn it, why do they have to be powerful? This is the Jupiter Station ground patrol. Martin, that's such a long chain in the YouTube chat. Again, I appreciate that, man. Fun story, we once found a character's bridge officers with several hundred injuries, enough that it was causing performance issues when they would load into a map. That's why there's a cap on the number of injuries you can have now. That's great. That's great, Jeremy.
Janeway's trapped in transporter room 1. Go
Oh, they're finally taking some damage. They're gonna... Aw, they're healing. Stop it. Get over there. Why does this winter ground weapon have to be so good?
Heads up. Incoming hostiles.
Don't you dare res. Don't do it.
Damn. She has partial transporter access. Site to site only.
Waldo? How many little things like that are causing performance issues? Yeah. Makes you wonder. Release the Moopsie. Look, I'm just trying to stack up these injuries, okay? Chicken tendy emote. Terrible. I did have some orange chicken earlier. Costco's got it on sale right now, so... Yeah, if I send this bridge officer, like, over here, let's see. Will he follow me down? Is that another injury that I can get real quick? Yeah, there we go. Okay, let's ignore what I just did there. Nobody saw anything. But that was 2 easy injuries for that bridge officer. What is the minimum variety of weapon flavors to make Twinkling Lights a viable post-nerf? I mean, even if you just have 1 firing mode on, that's still 12 debuff, and 12 debuff is still quite substantial. It's not difficult to add in like one weapon that is a secondary damage type though to further enhance that. Yeah, I don't know what this is about. Sure, I'll accept your friend request. Don't be a spammer, please. We saw everything. Um, I don't remember if I talked about this on a recent stream. But builds wise, I want to go over a new project here. So I think we all know that there's just not really a ton of like modern build guides on YouTube or build videos. And my issue with like doing builds for individual ships has historically been it just it gets boring because quite often it's just the same build on multiple ships. But I'm going to cave in and do that approach. I'm gonna do the build guides here on the main channel, and then over on a secondary channel that I'm setting up here, which you guys can see linked in the YouTube description. What I'm going to be doing here in the not too distant future. Please tell me I've got it linked here. No, I don't. Hold on. CasualSAB. Where was it? Okay. So on a secondary channel, I'm going to start doing a bunch of build videos, basically. So when I do a build guide, there's always people asking, how can I, even though I have the information in the build guide, some people don't want that approach. Some people just want to see a presentation of that build on a specific ship. So what I'm going to do is basically when I get the crate build guide out, I've got the build guide on the main channel, and then at the same time, there's a variety of ship build videos that are like, for instance, like a Vengeance, a Lexington, that are showcasing crate on those platforms. Just over on that other channel. So if people want that just direct information in that format, it's presented there. And to keep it easier on myself, basically the sections that are the same between ships, like traits, duty officers, they're the sections that I can just, put in, incorporate into each video. I'll just use the same recording. So instead of doing a catered recording for each ship, like for the entire thing, it'll be, I'll be just trying to make it easier on myself by just reusing those assets in between. Yeah, well, I could do that too. So there's pros and cons to this approach. The pros would be, it would be just a channel of ship builds for Stowe. And that would make it easier for someone to, go in and find everything versus my main channel, which just has a variety of stuff on it. The downside is really from a financial aspect. I can't monetize the second channel until it's at 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. That's the only downside, but I think within 10 build videos, it'd probably be there. Yeah, Jeremy. Yeah, and some claim Texas Cannon's reduction also ruined it, which is objectively incorrect. I can't English. I can't English most days, and today especially. Yeah, I think the reaction has been overblown. And I've gotten a bit of heat for saying that. I think Hexa cannons are still good. I think really it just boils down to people being upset that it was hit so far after release. Yeah, I mean, you saw my original numbers. Like, that was like for me going into the stuff I normally do. Like, it could have taken that hit, and at that point, that's where it would have been. Do I run these or the Gorn experimental weapon? But yeah, it's a justified reaction. Yeah, it's. I think the lesson just is to balance it out with some sort of buff at the same time. Well, Hexa, if you still use isomag phaser buffs, absolutely. Yeah, and if you're forward facing, I think that was one of the other big things, one of the big issues with Hexa cannons was I mean they're still, insanely good, but they were so far above everything that even if you had really low uptime on them, for instance, I did a fall record where I probably had like 25-30% of time, so somewhere around there. Like, they were still performing at a level with that limited uptime where they were beating out what a 360-degree omni or 360-degree experimental weapon would do. So with the 15% hit, that at that point that would make me, like, on a broadside build like I was doing, that would start to make me consider alternative options that have a large arc. Yeah, so one of the options, because I know Jeremy's communicated this. I think Thomas said something, and well, I'm blanking on the name, but on the stuff they've done this week, Jack had also said, like, they want old people to return to the game that had stepped away, and I think for a lot of those people there's going to be a lot of things to relearn, and I want to go in and try to hit some of those video topics that would be useful to people in that situation. I showed the thumbnail for this fairly recently, but let me pull it up here. Let me pull up GIMP. One of the video ideas I have is like just a recap on the major changes that the game has seen in the over the years, because I think for someone that's returning, having that information would be really handy. Which thumbnail did I go with here? Just having that information to know how the game has changed over the years, like how, like, the quality of life stuff that's been introduced, stuff like that. Like, there's going to be people coming in that don't know that you can now use any ship on any faction. There's going to be people coming in not knowing that you can contribute dilithium instead of duty officers to your fleet. There's going to be people coming in that don't even know, about, like, the Armada system. There's all these systems that have been added in over the years that even, regular players sometimes forget about. So having a video that goes in, recaps all those major changes over the years, I'm hoping, will be helpful. I didn't mean it like as in age, more as in like older players. Older players that stepped away from the game. No, I mean, there's a sizable amount of the audience, though, that is over that age. Let me pull up the analytics. Dude, my mind is just like fried today. I don't know what's going on. Thank you, Jeremy. Also, I showed this also, but, this is something that people always ask about, and I think, it's time for a video like this as well. So, like, I've got the crate build guide. I'd like to get another meta update out. The second half of last year, I had a lot of videos I wanted to get done, and then just real life with the niece and nephew, with my sister and all that, just really disrupted what I wanted to do last year. But that's for the best for the kids. But I want to get caught up on some of these topics and go over some new ones that I think would be useful. I think like what I'm looking at for like just branching out channel wise is because I want to have like the builds, like sort of just the direct ship build guides just on that separate channel. So, you know, people are looking specifically for ship builds, just have one source that's just that. Keep the main channel to my normal news, how-to guides, stuff like that. And then the tech channel, of course, as I've talked about, I want to go over some of the tech stuff I do, talk about some of the good finds over on eBay, you know, how to get some decent hardware at an affordable price. Like, you know, for instance, you can, a topic here on there would be these Mellanox cards, where you can get a pair of these for under $30 nowadays, get a direct attach cable, and you can basically create a 40 gig link between two computers. So I want to go over stuff like that on the tech channel, how to get cheap hard drives in the current market, stuff like that. Updating current meta, yeah. Find us some affordable RAM and GPUs. Yeah, I can't do that. I can't really do that, unfortunately. I did get some cheap RAM recently, but it's laptop RAM. Gotta find the right back of a truck for affordable RAM, yeah. I got really lucky getting what I got RAM-wise last year. Apparently WD are planning to release hard drives with multiple heads per stack. Terrible. Look, I need more. What is this? Give me more of these, please. I need more 14 terabyte drives. What's the name of the Discord channel? Which Discord channel? Wait, Halbert Wesker and the Umbrella Corporation in the game. Nice. Yeah, I mean it's an interesting mods bundle. I wonder like how the Masters of Engineering one is gonna go. I need to look at it. What is best ships? I've got this list up still. So let's go like Ing focus. So let's just set this to Commander Ing. What would I do to make like a banger mods bundle out of engineering ships here? Give me Credence. I mean, there's 4 standouts here. Credence, Friendship, the Excelsior 2, and the Connie 3. Like, there's some banger options when it comes to the Commander in ship options here. But there is also some weaker options. Yeah, there's a bunch of different Discord channels. Yeah, the Masters of Science bundle was the Crossfield refit one. But yeah, the Credence has just like a really strong console on it. It's also a decent ship. Friendship is a decent, like, well, not decent. It's a really good platform for carrier players. Also good for support tanking. The trade off of it is also meta for coordinated supported DPS runs, which I mean not many people are doing nowadays. Yeah, I'm just like brainstorming, because yeah, that's still like months out. I think the you can actually see a timer in game for how long this bundle is going to be in the store. At least I saw it earlier. Where was it? Escape. Yeah, 80 days, 16 hours. Warp core. Terrible. Warp core. You found the Stowe news bot? Yeah, there's a bunch of different Stowe discords. You've got there's the CasualSAB discord, so you're on the YouTube stream. If you look below on the YouTube stream, I don't think I can see it here. Stream settings. Yeah, in the description of the stream, you'll see a link to the Builds Discord and the CasualSAB Discord. So there's two there. The Builds Discord also has a link, like a channel linking to all other, or all of the other major Stowe Discords. Yeah. My wish of a Muds bundle would consist of the Connie 3, Excelsior 2, Sagging Command Cruiser, and the Duderstat. Okay. Let's get back to this. I need to heal health on ground, so we gotta go to the proper place for that. Yeah, that's what I was just doing. We'll do another TFO here, but quick, I want to go over to Nukara. Just hop in a puddle here for a moment. I need to get heal health 5,000 or 6,000 for ground. Is the Thomas interview live, or it's going to be recorded? So it's scheduled for early next week, and then it's the interview is under embargo until the anniversary. Yeah, but I did ask. I was told I could announce it and solicit some questions from the community. If you have all the mud ships and seesaw ships, what build would I do for alts? Probably just like some basic, like if you don't want to deal with all the keybind stuff for Uncon Voven, like you could just do like a really basic isomag setup on them. Like I would just do isomag with like just a CSV or FOSS setup. Like either of those are going to be pretty easy nowadays. This way of doing endeavors annoys me. Yeah. Sorry, Jeremy. I don't like being locked to an 8 GB card, despite using a 6 GB card in my system now, but getting a B580 or 9060 XT would be a goal for longer term. You might still be able to find B580, like, for under 300. I'm pretty sure Newegg's had some for under that. For the 9060 XT, I don't know what the price is right now. Yeah. Yeah, Stowe is definitely... It always is nice, you know, after you've been playing another game for a while to come back to Stowe. Almost there, 1,000 left. I also agree standing in a puddle is bad. Standing in an insect swarm is much faster. Luck. Ooh, New Egg Canada had a great B580 deal just before the new year, and I passed. Oh no. The B580 is great. My B580 is currently out in my living room PC. I'm in that Intel build I did last year. That's basically just become like the family PC. They don't realize like how massively overkill it is for what they're doing. You know, my mom is out there just browsing Facebook and TikTok on a an Intel 265K and a B580. And the niece is starting to play games on it though, so it's getting some. It's getting some use. Okay. A Steam machine, main desktop is a 4080. Minecraft times 100, yeah. Right now, the game she is playing it's some SpongeBob game. Wow, the chat is really... I'm just looking at the thing, and it's like really got a white glow around me because of the prompter glass. I'm using an Elgato prompter. I guess it's just not enough brightness in the room. Yeah. For the exact game she's playing, let me pull up the most recent one. Simply Glowing. I have a family account like set up and it's just using games from my library, so this is what she's been playing. SpongeBob SquarePants, the Cosmic Shake. Friday stream. The Borgdorf market is really tanked, yeah. Okay, let's do TFO. What is one that we haven't seen in a while? What instance of New Ramen am I in? Number 2. But I'm about to join a TFO here. Actually, I need to get my... first, I need to get my red alert done. So I'm just going to hop into a red alert quick, and then we'll do Days of Doom. Crystalline Cat. Oh, no. We could do a Crystalline. That doesn't really pop because it's not on the random system. I haven't done ISE since the beginning of the stream. That's a while. Look, I've already got a reputation for playing just ISE. I gotta show that is incorrect. I do more than ISE. I also do Hive. Big Dig. Oh no. Oh no. Is that even in here anymore? No. That's been... How long has that been gone? Like, I think I only ever did that, like, once or twice back in the day. Yeah. Starbase 24. Is it in private? No, it's not. I wish we had those old queues in private. Like, I'd love to do the old no one scenario. Get the Kirk's Protege title on some newer characters. The Kirk's Protege grind back in the day. Like, going in, trying to get that title on a bunch of characters. That was a fun little community that went at that back in the day. Stowe is old AF, yeah. Oh, absolutely. He could probably be soloed today. Pterodome. A strat to load in 5 jellyfish and AFK. I mean, you can make one jellyfish like powerful enough that you probably... I don't remember what the HP amounts were. But we've got some pretty potent jellyfish builds out there. Pterodome. You see, Pterodome was... I mean, I was playing the game when it was still in the game. It's just... There is some of those early TFOs that I just never really got into, because like by the time like I had figured things out and like was like really focused on stuff, a lot of that stuff was gone. And I focused on space primarily, so a lot of the ground stuff I just didn't really pay attention to early on. When we had Defense of Starbase 1 for the Universal the other day, I popped in my jellyfish. I went into an elite and... Oh, my connection's dropping out, it looks like. It looks to be back. But I popped into an elite Starbase 1 with the jellyfish and just had a dude immediately leave. Just straight up leave and take the leaver penalty. Typed in chat, I'm not dealing with a jelly, and just left. Oh. Gotcha. Undine Infiltration. That TFO... That is an interesting TFO. You get one of the 10 questions wrong at the start, and yeah. I remember when I had Nick on stream, I think this was back in December. I think you were there, Jeremy. We tried to do one, and it did not go very well. I think the fires... I was so focused on like answering the questions, and we just needed all hands on deck, putting out the fires first. I let the team down. Okay. There was a request to do a crystalline catastrophe. That's a 10-player TFO, not part of the random system, so if you guys want in... Do some dual heavy cannons fire slower than most? We have found that there is like some travel time variance, like with the animations of some different weapons. We have found like at a very high level that can actually result in a performance impact with like the Viridian plasma weapons. But you know, for the vast majority of people, you don't have to worry about the difference. Like it's only when you're like really pushing like just for every last ounce of damage your ship can do that really becomes a factor. Skip. So Jeremy, I think it's more of for people that are leveling up ships on like that are trying to gear up alt characters. I think it's people wanting a way to get those ships leveled up on other characters without needing to like build them out and take them into patrols. Because, you know, if someone goes in and gets Terran Goodbye, you know, from off the Mirror Warship in the new Muds bundle, you know, if they're trying to dump that on, you know, someone out there, you know, is going to try to put that on like 50 ships, and that's going to be a substantial amount of time leveling that ship up on that many characters. I think that's more of the concern. Yeah, account skip, like if you already have it on another tune, yeah, absolutely. I mean, that would be, to me, like a good repeatable deal sync. We're supposed to get really close to it when it's counting, right? You have 65 tunes and you're doing that right now? Bad split, I don't remember for sure. Yeah, definitely being more account friendly is needed for the game. You know, you can already get through the reps a little bit faster on your alt characters, but Yeah, I think especially with like traits, if there was an easier way to get those all accessed on your other characters, that'd make a lot of people more willing to play more alt characters. Like if they didn't have to worry about regrinding up, you know, like 7, 8 different ships. Really wish I don't even have a notification that they're ads. I'm sorry. Yeah. I was um I was talking to Endeavor about a few things earlier, and we were talking about the Lobi store because the Lobi store is something that is a little bit underwhelming right now. A lot of that gear has really fallen off as time has went on. But also from an account wide point of view, the issue with the Lobi store is when you add up what people get Lobi from the event campaign, but still when you add up what it costs to get 200 Lobi, like if you are someone brand new to the game, you don't have an event campaign yet, you're looking at, what is it, like 30, 40 bucks worth of keys to get the Lobi, to get one 200 Lobi item. Um, and if they want to then move that on to a different character later on, they'd have to rebuy it. Like, there's a lot of that Lobi gear where, on top of bringing it up to more modern standards, if it was account bound instead of character bound, I think it'd be more impactful. It would also just boost up those wanting to play more characters. What was the last ship added to the Lobi store? Oh man, I don't remember. It was in 2020, I think. Do I have it on here? Um, last Lobi ship. The Undine Kawavi. Back in June of 2020. Was it the Herc? No, the Herc was 2018. Yeah. Yeah, 2020 feels like decades ago. Yeah, okay, that's a fair point. Might be the last new one, as the Undine Kawavi was just a T6 conversion. I mean, there is still ships that didn't get the T5 to T6 conversion. Not many. I think it's just the other Hirogen ship, but that never performed well, and I don't even know if that'd be worth the development time to do a T6. Yeah. Okay, let's do another TFO here. Dick here. I mean, I feel like the anniversary bundle is probably a good opportunity for that. Um, yeah. You want me to do conduit? Conduit public queue? Okay. Let's do conduit public queue. Infected the conduit. Elite public queue. This is Dan's request. There's never enough infected. Yeah. Terran, I believe so. You guys make me log in doing pubs, Pretora. We're here to make you log in. Yeah, that's good. Like, the Borg duty officers, you're probably aware, like the ones like 27 to 47 are super expensive. And part of the reason for that is because the DOF packs, they're not in a choice pack in Infinity, so the actual like chance to get a Borg DOF pack from the testing I've done is lower than the chance to win a tier 6 ship box if you're opening Infinity. So thankfully there's still quite a few of us with supply of the original Borg lockbox, which has like a 7 or 8% drop rate for him. So that makes it a little bit easier, but yeah. For most people that just open Infinity, it's a bit rough. And yeah, that is really good to hear. Thinning out the massive list of choice in the Infinity lockbox is important to us, yeah. The Ultimate Plasma is pretty good, yeah. Kit frames. Yeah, it's the DOFs and kit frames are the big. Well, it's DOFs, the DOF assignments, the various research assignments, and the then the kit frames. I mean, the kit modules could benefit greatly from being a selection instead of just a random drop from the kit module box. That would make popular kit modules like the Ball Obelisk much more accessible. I went through and, like, as a big transaction I did last year, I sold a guy a bunch of my old Infinity items, and he paid me like 900 keys because I'd opened so many lockboxes over the years. I had so much crap. But just the going in, opening those kit module boxes to try and get all those Ball Obelisk was just a miserable experience.
Scanning the nanite transfer. Done.
Yeah.
The nanite probe to repair the transfer.
Too low. Oh, CSV misfired. Good thing we're in a public queue, so others can clean that up.
The probe is closing in on the transfer. Destroy it.
Sloppy here, jeez. All the keys. Yeah. Sorry for the mess on the left there. That CSV misfire sucked.
Sensors confirm that
Yeah.
the transwarp
The
conduit
communications
is destroyed.
been really
However,
great.
our scans of the starbase are still being disrupted. We will need to send an away team there to look for survivors.
Yeah, less RNG with lockboxes would be good. I think choice packs for a lot of the categories certainly would help. Even at this point, like the bonus pools, giving people choice with those two would probably be useful. Be useful and valuable to people that are spending money to open those boxes. You got to remember each lockbox opened is basically $1, so the experience needs to be better than it has been. Yeah. Do I think they will eventually update the Romulan faction? I mean, eventually anything is possible. Probably not an immediate priority. But I mean, eventually I'd like to see, New Romulus built up a bit more. It's been, how many years? 13? Has it been 13 years since Legacy of Romulus? Wow, I feel old. Oh man. Just thinking of how long ago that stuff was just... Yeah, they've updated a lot of the Romulan missions in like 2018 or 19, but didn't... Oh. That's a good point. Needs is for beards to be added. It's canon now. Okay, what TFO we doing next here? Let's do a different ship. Did you guys know I can do different ships? I don't have a build on most of these, but let's do something that can broadside. Or actually, let's pull out the Orion Interceptor. Yeah, that'd be helpful. Kittimer. Do you want me to do Kittimer? Okay, we can visit Denatra. So I'm on just a normal, looks like disruptor setup right now, but let's go in and give Denatra a visit here. Might have to buy more batteries. Yeah. Is the test map on Tribble still broken? Yeah, it's been broken for a couple years now. I think when I tested it, it did. Or wait, no. No, because it's kinetic damage. It's kinetic. No. Sorry, I responded too soon. No, it's the Orion's accessories are the experimental weapon is kinetic. The console that does disruptor damage, and I believe that is buffed by disruptor. And the trait, yeah. We need to start a petition to get Denatra rescued in a story mission. Okay. The request was Kittimer Vortex Elite. Here we go. My head is blocking the descriptions. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I'm sorry. Yeah. Sometimes I have the camera on, sometimes I don't.
There are 2 active Borg transwarp conduits in this system.
Terrible, I know. I'm letting you guys down. Beam overload for the win. Oh no. Please think of the children. I don't know where to put my camera that's not going to be blocking some part of the screen here, unfortunately, for you guys. Hopefully the the keyboard spam is not going through the mic for you guys. A little bit of lag on this one. So this entire side's dead? Okay, there it is. CSV misfire, unfortunately. Okay, that's done. Let's get these done. Skip the countdown via the lithium. I gotta be careful because I keep turning off fly her apart on accident by double tapping my keybind. Wish we had more ground combat pets. Bad time for me to hit the credence console. I should have hit it sooner. Me thinks that there might be a little bit of network issues right now. My stream's giving me a red bar. I'm not seeing dropped frames though. To be honest, I haven't really messed around with tort builds much in the past year. With the release of the Iwani, and like Fleet Power, I was already sort of burnt out on the tort meta, and then we got really powerful do gear that like made energy weapons really good, and I just didn't want to deal with the downside of torps anymore. I didn't need to go all that way forward, no. Do I find I experience poor performance and so while live streaming, or is it the same regardless? I mean, there will be some days where my internet's just being a POS and, you know, it's going to be bad and worse by streaming, but in general, like, I'll have rubber banding with or without me streaming. The team that I do, like, team up and do runs with for, like, record chasing, we tried to do from the hives, I want to say about 2 weeks ago. Like, we tried to do Hive Onslaught to Elite, and then we did a couple Infecteds, and it was just an absolutely miserable experience. I think one of the guys in there, I don't know how much he's logged in since then, because he's been, like, grinding WoW, but, like, it was really demotivating for him. Like, the rubber band, yeah. But, like, I would say the experience in average, like, that I am having on average right now is, like, not really any different than what I'd be experiencing if I wasn't streaming, I guess is the correct answer. Yeah, I mean, if there's a bunch of carriers in the run, the pets can certainly make things a bit worse with all the extra entities on the map, but yeah, just in general, the servers can be a bit rough. Nick, I just saw your message. This is directed to one Nicholas, wherever he's at. He's Australian, okay? So that's saying hello to him, to be clear. That finger, that's the greeting for the Australians. The hanger pet buffs in the skill tree aren't very performant. They're on my hit list for review. That's awesome. Yeah. Like, I think there's a lot of room for the carrier playstyle to grow. A lot of that I would say that some of that is based on getting some of the higher performing like frigate pets so that they would be usable on all ships, notably like the Romulan drone ships. Those tend to perform well, really well, but because they're limited to like just a handful of ships, that really limits the options for carrier players. But there's a ton of room for carriers to perform quite well. It's just there's a few restrictions and little buffs needed here and there. That's telling him he is number one, right, Spencer? Oh no. Oh no. What is the gold type looking like post Hexa nerf? It's still basically in the same place. I would say gold type, that's a 360 degree, right? So do I have that even on this character? Goal. If I do, it's not like in my main inventory here, but I'd say goal type, the Orion Pixon's cannon. Like, if you're looking for something that's got a wider arc, then those are much more competitive than they were prior to the Hexa nerf. Like, Hexas are still best if you can maintain that 45-degree targeting arc. But yeah. Yeah, we've tried to do high-end runs without the combat logging. Yeah. Like, I think the leadership change is huge. I'm really quite hopeful about the future. I just know on the content creation side, there definitely is a lot of coverage that needs to be done to help provide people information to either get into the game or to get back in. Sora, thank you for the gifted membership. Greatly appreciate it. Yeah, Dark Eddie, we've tried it. Yeah. Goal is 250. I mean, still, like the goal at 250 or the Orion one here at 360. Like, these perform pretty well when you're not, or when you're needing something that is a wider arc. We still on for this weekend, or am I too busy? Yeah, we're still good for this weekend. Yeah, we're still good. I want to get. We'll see how my schedule is. Like, we got the stream tomorrow, so we can chat afterwards. Then I'd like to get another Stowe video like done for either Sunday or Monday release, and I do have I have one more product that I accepted. I've got to do a video for. It's a mouse from ATK. Yeah, Jeremy, I remember how buggy, like, some of the exploits with the original Foundry. I remember some of those issues that occurred back then. Some of the creative ways people found to exploit that was something. Yeah, I remember. It was when it was working, it was, it was really, really great. Like, I think a system like that is very beneficial for a game like this, but I understand the complexity, the issues that it brought to the table as well. Yeah. Oblivion Remaster is fun, played both. Um, Considering several games that have done updated publishing, brought it huge new numbers of subscribers, I wish Stowe would do that. Would be huge, yeah. Ask them how a psionic-based weapon blows up missiles. Oh no. Do I have ship recommendations for a Fed player who can't afford tier 6 ships? Um, so it's a like early on, I would say if you have a couple million EC, I don't even know what the prices are right now. Are you might be able to find like one of the old T5 mirror ships at a pretty reasonable price. If you're on PC, I can send you one. The Trojan Hunters, yeah, pretty cheap. That's a tier 5. Um, like some of the old T5s, like sure they're not as fancy as the modern options, but they still work. T5U, yeah, is capable. Really, you're just missing out on the big thing is the specialization seating. Man, I really burned through my infinity boxes. You are on PC? Yeah, I can send you a Herogen. Oh. Drop your in game. Go up to where your character name is and right click on it. You'll see your @ handle there. Send me or just drop your @ handle in chat, and if it shows like a hashtag and numbers after it, put that in there as well, and I'll mail you this ship. The Herogen Hunter is a fine little budget ship. Yeah, there's the T5 dilithium bug ship. Yeah. Yeah. Don't pick it. Oh yeah, the Kazon Heavy Raiders. Yeah, after the giveaway last year, those have been bound. Yeah, I heard about that. Give them the Intel Dread. Do I have one on me here? But yeah, in general, you can get free tier 6 ships via getting your Admiralty, or not Admiralty, your reputations up to tier 6. Um, just having a weird day memory wise, but yeah, it's get your reputations up to tier 6 that can get you some fleet ship modules. You can get a couple of tier 6 ships that way. Buwak. Jeez. There are also T6 ships you can get for free, including one coming in a few weeks with the anniversary event. Yeah. The Mchala from the Klingon Recruit. Yeah. Bajoran Interceptor from Epic Store is not a bad way. Also, also gives you a really good console. Yeah. The thing is though, if you're so for someone that's just starting out, getting an Epic token is rather difficult. If they start through the Epic Game Store, they can, get that bundle for free sometimes. The Herogen T5 is really cheap because everyone stockpiled a ton of those, thinking that they would all disappear, or that they would disappear from the T5 box when the T6 came out. And yeah. Okay, Atomic. You're going to be showered with ships. Start you off with that. Matt, you want to get him on that? Gotcha. Spoiled just for watching a stream and asking an innocent question. Hey, people want to help. I what was I about to say? So I think I shared the other day too. I was having issues with one of my 3D printers, and I don't know how I feel about this response that I got. They basically like they don't have. I don't know how concerned I should be. They don't have an answer for the issue, but they're going to reach out to their R&D team and get back to me. Sent me a gift. Oh boy. Sora, you want me to save this to do tomorrow? I just mailed it to him. Fanciest we don't know reply. Yeah. So that sort of got me a little bit concerned, to be honest. So I just got this printer. It's the Elegoo Centauri Carbon 2. It's a multicolor, and like immediately I'm getting defects on some of my production prints. Like this isn't the exact one. Oh no, this is actually. The lighting's not going to be good enough for you to see it, but like there's some pretty bad defects here. Let's see. I'm going to blind myself with this Harbor Freight light. Oh, jeez. It's still not showing up well. But yeah, some pretty bad defects with some of these production prints I've been trying to do on it. Those will have to go into the defect pile. Sell them at a lower price point. Oh, gotta clean my mail? Okay, okay. Want to give a 3D Enterprise J to Triz on his birthday? I need to go through. I've got some stuff that's been sent to me for giveaways. Exchange sale expired. Is that a 24? Oh, a 26. No way. No way. Oh, Dan. I think we talked about that. I think I tested it. I feel bad that that is still sitting there. We need to do a full build with those. I think that was, you sent me that and we did get testing done and had the answer in chat like right around that time for how fast those fire. What brand was the printer? So it's an Elegoo Centauri Carbon. Recently released. I've been using the Elegoo stuff like the price point's pretty good. So I'm rocking 3 printers right now. I've got 2 of the Centauri Carbon 1s. And then a Centauri Carbon 2, which is their new multicolor. So this is the printer that I was starting to have some issues with, like as soon as I got it. None of the pictures are going to load right now. Okay. I forgot. This website like really sucks on Firefox. Okay. Close out of that. Check now. Zora, thank you, thank you. But yeah, the printer is an Elegoo, and basically as soon as I started to do some of the 3D prints that I'm going to be selling, like I've been printing them fine on the older model of that ship, and yeah. Yeah, let me get that sent to him. Let me grab that at handle again. Atomic Donut. You're getting a really good ship here, courtesy of Mad Skills. This is an Intel Dreadnought. This is the Vengeance. I hope you enjoyed it. It is one hell of a tier 6 ship. Save them for tomorrow's stream. Got it. Mad Skills, thank you for that. Atomic, enjoy. That is truly an amazing... Legitimately, like, I was gonna do, like, a best Lobi ship video, but, like, as I started to work on the script, I was like, it's literally the Vengeance. Like, I don't think there's, like, aside from a couple of the accessories, like, there's nothing else that to me really stands out as like being really that notable. Vengeance is very good, yeah. Didn't Elegoo make their name with resin printing? Yeah, and then with the Centauri Carbon last year, they came in with a budget FDM printer. You know, Core XY, and I mean, it's been working really great for me. I've got 2 of them. One of them is down. The replacement parts just arrived today. I got to go deal with that in a little bit. But yeah, it's, I mean, the printer, when it works, like I've printed out, oh, and this is going to fall apart. Print out some large, amazing models with the Centauri Carbon. Now this is done in multiple parts and then, you know, attached together, of course, but yeah. You enjoying the Sona Warship? Yeah. The Undine ship isn't bad despite being 4/4. I think, yeah, the Vengeance, it's that temp intel combo. Like, that is just held through so many different metas so well. Is your internet or bitrate funky? I'm getting some stream hitching. It's the bitrate was fluctuating a little bit. With the recent, like, temp swings that we've had here, it's the internet's had some ups and downs recently. Yeah, temp intel is like really good right now. It's also like the best for the uncon meta, right? But that combo's always done quite well. Can I print your Rossi? Mad Skills, reach out to me on Discord and I can take a look. It's probably not going to be cheap, but it'll it'd be a bit of a larger model. Target rich environment. I don't think target rich is actually that good. I guess if you were like as like a budget option, sure. But I mean, it's not. It is actually a pretty cheap ship to get in the grand scheme of the game. Cryptic nerfed Iowa's internet? Oh no. Oh no, don't say that. Broadband dial-up? Oh no. What is fast going? Give me speed. I don't want to give my IP away right there, but let's see. Upload. I mean, upload's doing stellar. I see upload at 970 meg right now. I'm on 1 gig symmetrical, so I mean, as far as I can see, my internet's actually like performing peak. Just something along the line is screwing up. Build it with something better. Atomic, that's one of the nice things with Stowe is like you can customize everything. You customize everything to what you want. You know, you're going to look online and sure there's going to be, you know, the best combo, but you've got so much flexibility. Like I would stick to, like, if you want to keep it as like a beam build, you know, just try to keep to all beams. If you want to keep it as cannons, you know, do 4 or 5 dual cannons or dual heavy cannons up front with turrets aft is typically what you'd want to do. But, you know, that is a really capable platform. I saw his IP. Oh no. But yeah, you know, going back to it, the Vengeance, that temp intel, that it just is amazing. Temp intel, hangar bay, that's really carried that ship through the years. So I think it's still TFO, the netcode looks fine, but my weapons aren't firing. Very sneaky. Oh no. It'd be cool to have Kelvin dual heavy cannon, Spencer. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, I'm focused on the chat a bit here. Let's do another TFO. I'm gonna swap ships here. Let's see. Need to do a noob guide for the Vengeance. That's a good idea. Really good idea. Perhaps on the CasualSAB ship builds channel. I need to start promoting that, especially once I'd like to get a couple ship builds on there in the next week or two. At least one. Just get something on there, get it started. Do a Vengeance ISE. Okay, I think my Vengeance is set up with Plasma CSV. If I have it on my roster. Please tell me I do. I do. Good. Maybe some sort of most affordable top performers tier list. Yeah. That's a good idea. I'm going to take a screenshot of that comment and put it into a channel. I've thought about like the best, like the best DPS ships style video, but like a most affordable top performers could be a good section of that, or a good standalone, to be honest. Like there's so many videos I need to do. There's so many videos that just in general need to be done for the game. You're being screen capped? Yeah, yeah. Okay, I've got an injury on the ship. Unacceptable. Oh wow, I actually have a twinkling faucet set up on this? Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome right there. So, twinkling Fa. Yeah, everything looks good here. I just need to dump some more batteries onto the ship. Crate. Best in slot tier listing for rep fleet gear and crafted gear, yeah. There's just so much to do. Injuries are only acceptable on bridge officers. Damn right. Eric, I'm glad that you're on the same page. Might have to go give my bridge officers a couple more injuries after seeing that comment. Actually, that sounds really bad to say. Okay, public queue infected the Conduit Elite. You see a Spencer flying? Yeah, yeah. Big, beautiful ship here. Riker, I appreciate it. I appreciate the Prime sub. Right, again. Terrible. That's a great comment. DPS for starters, yeah. DPS survivability, like the basics of survivability, basics of maneuverability. Like there's a lot of these basic videos that can get some traction. I want to get the one I want to get done the next couple days is like best deflector engine core shield. Riker, thank you. Thank you for that. What's the so bad splat? It's really going to be reliant on what you're getting from broadside beam support off of the Corolla. That trait, especially if you're on like a phaser specific setup, that thing can go hard like that. That can do quite a bit for you. It's because when you're using an area of effect build, it can do a nice chunk of spike damage. I don't really consider it like necessarily an overall best in slot because there are viable alternatives. For instance, going for the discovery set is still like a really viable option. Fire was just misfired. No. It's really because of how potent it can be on the AoE build when you have things grouped up. It can do a nice chunk of damage. I don't necessarily think it's like too big of an outlier because it does have like a pretty hefty like skill requirement of make sure everything's grouped up and be in content where you group everything up. The Discovery 2 and 3 piece ends up being a viable alternative and ends up being better for the majority of players because of the 2 piece giving the whole regen. The 3 piece with the mycelial lightning ends up being able to do quite a bit of damage in some situations. Yeah. The crystals, yeah, they're dual use as well because they are survivability and yeah, they're also the damage. I mostly use it for the damage, but some people do like the survivability aspect of it. Yeah. Basically, like, for people that are like chasing, you know, the deeps, that's a really popular warp core because you can get a lot of spike damage from it, like against the gate and infected. But when we're talking about just general use, like the other place it's like really powerful is in wave situations where you have enemies constantly going into that keep warping into one spot. Yeah. Tough to get damage out of the warp core slot generally, I bet. Yeah. Like, what did I get from it here? Analysis. Broadside beam support off the Corolla did 164k. Yeah, so this run it barely did anything. Like it's really everything has to line up. Like if everything lines up, the damage numbers it can do can be enormous, but like for relevance to the majority of people, that's why I didn't mention it in the thing. Like it I just don't think it's really a concern. And the people that have went for it, they're only really going to see that benefit out of it in those AoE heavy situations. Yeah, I think for most people the Disco 2-piece with the regen's just a stronger option. Yeah, best deflector, engine core, and shield. Like if you're like full on min max, it's basically colony deflector, the competitive rep engines, the Tholian warp core for the warp core damage, and then the Kittimer shield because that can do a bit of damage to things that are shooting you. What does the debuff value mean? That's how much you have the enemies debuffed. So you can see like how much each individual item like has like the resistance the opponent had against that, when it's a positive number like this in the parser, it means that they were debuffed and this is like negative resistance for them. So like if the target has 0 resistance and you shoot them with a weapon for 100 damage, the weapon does 100 damage. If you've got them debuffed to minus 100 resistance, that turns into 200 damage when you hit them. That's basically like the summary of how it works. Tetrion's perfectly viable. Tetrion quad cannons when cryptic. Yep. Yeah, Tetrion's the most limited type right now. I still find it to be viable. Like you can make a Tetrion build that works really well. And fun fact, that Tholian set does have some synergy with Tetrion if you're willing to do that. It just the weapons that Tetrion has just really aren't that appealing. Hex is on that run. We're second at 26k for you at least. Yeah, the Stow Wiki has guides for all of the Tribble stuff. I forget where the rainbow one comes from. Isn't that from like feeding a Tribble isn't that some of the summer food? Yeah. The issue for like that Tholian set there is that one part of it is an Omni Beam, and because of how powerful the Pavin Omni is, people don't want to run other set Omnis. Being able to run multiple set Omnis would be cool for sure. Forgot they were the normal tribbles, but never noticed remains unless I'm just forgetting. Yeah. Oh, 50 summer tokens, gotcha. Cheops. Cheops is always here with the positivity. Yeah. Okay. Let's go in and do another TFO here. So let's keep the Vengeance. That's a fun platform. What have we not done? Yeah, let's do the newer one. What is the name of it here? Shattered Peace. Let's do a Shattered Peace Elite. I haven't done one of those in like a month, so Shattered Peace Elite public queue for those that want to join. Yeah, I was blanking on the name. Jeremy, I didn't have a coffee today, okay? When I don't have a coffee, it's game over for me. What do I think is going to be the anniversary? So I assume you mean the anniversary bundle premium ship. The Mirror Warship was like my honest guess, and I don't know. I don't know now. Have I tried? I've got some Lipton diet tea. Unfortunately, the green tea I liked from Sam's, they stopped making it for some reason. Atomic, I'm glad to hear, and I'm glad to have helped. I'm glad you're having a good time. Sagan is your guess? Big up, how's it going? Am I sure that's tea? I mean, it's diet green tea, but yeah, the color on it's certainly a bit suspect, isn't it?
Negative, judging by the damage pattern.
Just a little suspect. Yeah. The Zindiadolith account would be cool. When I was talking to Endeavor earlier, we were like, could you imagine if they just dropped in like a new ship? Just like as the bundle exclusive, drop in like a legendary Andorian ship or something. That'd be interesting. Yeah, it'll be something Enterprise related for sure. Well, given that's already the confirmed theme of the bundle. Yeah, I know.
This is Captain Hoogan of the civilian ship US.
It was more of like a what-if conversation that Endeavor and I were having. Did I go too far away from this? No. Get closer. I thought I got it. I got too far away.
Thanks for the timely assistance.
Legendary 3-ring Vulcan carrier with secondary deflector. I don't think we're seeing another Arc Royal style ship. The Arc Royal like really destroyed the value of science ships that don't have a hangar bay. Yeah, the Zindi Aquatic, the Narcine, or the Briastrus is the tier 6. That is a ship that I enjoyed so much back in the day. Legitimately, like, one of my favorite ship designs in the game. For, like, alien ships. Just one that I've always been fond of. Did you guys know that Fire at Will's, like, really good now? Just want to make sure everyone's aware. Yeah, I remember there was a couple consoles back in the day. I remember it was the Dauntless, the original Dauntless. I forget the name of the trade-off, the original Dauntless, but that and the like temporal backstep was like just breaking maps, breaking instances, like with the just the constant healing it was doing back in the day. I remember when that bug was found. Those early years were quite something. I think it's my connection to YouTube is like not great. I do seem to be having like some slight internet issues here. 1.5. Okay. Let me get the parse back up. Get back over there. This video stops for a few seconds. What change made Fall great? So last year, you know, following the reaction to the Breen Free Fire trait, they went in and lowered Fire at Will's cooldown from 20 seconds to 15 seconds to bring it in line with other firing modes. And in doing that, they made the Zen Store extension traits very, very strong options. Like, those are perfectly competent options for extending your fire wheel uptime. And on top of that, last year we got some really nice gear for fire wheel off of the Corolla. The trait and console from that are really quite good. The console's a bit more skill-based because of the way that it works, but the trait just really buffs up broadsiding in general. Yeah, the server issues have been brought up multiple times in the past week. It's something that they're aware of. I don't have like a summary in front of me right this second. But, you know, I think they're very well aware that it's something that needs to be addressed. Because I think for, especially for returning players, like, if they return and they start having a stuttery experience when they start to, you know, dive back into TFOs, that would be a very demotivating experience for them. That would probably deter some from sticking around too long. I really love the visual effect here.
My data's reading mirror Borg energy signatures close to your location. Running out of time. Close that vortex now. Receiving reports of another vortex in the system. You'll need to close it.
We're gonna remove hangar bays? Oh no. Jeremy, someone's gonna believe that. Someone's gonna believe that. Type 7s are too OP. We're just gonna delete hangar bays.
System's overrun by the Borg.
It's gonna be on Reddit.
Reading 2 new vortices near your location. Close them.
I know.
More reports of incoming mirror Borg signatures.
Yeah, but you gotta be careful with jokes and with the Stoke community. I don't know if you ever saw it, but a couple years ago I did an April Fool's video where I was on the triple test server, and I was acting like I'd found this like sweet spot to open the Phoenix packs that would always get me an epic Phoenix token, and you know, I was just using the console over there to get resources and all that, and just showing the Phoenix packs, because over there everyone you open is an epic, and there were people that believed it. They didn't realize the day. Apparently I'd never done this phase before, but they didn't realize the day, and like there was 1 or 2 people who like rushed home from work to go in and try to stand on the console on Drazana to open the Sam Phoenix packs and to get the resources from the console. I got a bit of blowback for that video. That's not the way my post is gonna make it sound. Oh no.
Heads up, my allies tell me the Kittimer's activating its weapons. Reports show the Kittimer's engaging targeting protocols. Watch out. I've received a tip. Deplete the Kittimer's shield to cancel its lance attack.
Get away, the Kittimer's gonna kill everyone. I'm gonna get right back in there and it's gonna take me out. No.
How's it looking up there?
One person tanked it.
Heavy damage has been sustained.
Didn't have enough
My intel
resistance.
shows the Carrots coordinating attacks on a single target. Stay out of range. Protect the designated target.
That does hit pretty hard.
Enhance its allies when focusing on a target.
I'm gonna be terrible and tell you I don't actually have the audio on, so I don't know what's being said.
Strike force is untargetable. Defend yourself until sensors are fully operational. The drop is calling in some backup. Uncrewed fighters. Excellent work. My readings tell me the drog's been deactivated.
Can't target past
Mayor's
that
been
player. There we go.
deactivated.
Oh, did we fail?
Unfortunately, the forces arrayed against Kittimer are too much for your
No.
task force
How
to
did, what did we
execute.
fail on?
All right, fall back. Reinforcements of Kittimer's strike force are on their way. It's gonna be a tough
Don't
fight,
have the DPS to
but
prevent
hey,
that?
I believe there's always hope.
Jeremy, you want me to read? The Stowe player's way is to just go in and shoot, which does mean, yeah, I didn't have enough DPS, damn. I gotta get good. Gotta get good, boys. Sometimes reading is the solution. I've let everyone down. Stowe players can read. They can. They can read their credit card numbers to buy Zen. They can read their credit card numbers to buy Zen and buy the bundles, buy the master keys. I know. Mark the date and time. Spencer failed an elite. Opinions on collected technology. Isn't that the you talking about like the board cutting beam console? Like it's buff on it? We only read Reddit post? Oh no. What is the best parse reader? My preference, so right now it's going to be either Oscar or CLA. Oscar is the better general use parser, I'd say, for most people. CLA is better for those of you that like to dive into the numbers because you can group things up and view things in a more analytical format. Like you can really dive in and dig into things here. So yeah, either Oscar or CLA is my recommendations for 2026. And when I do an updated parser install guide, part of the reason it's not happened already is I want to do a demonstration of how to set it up over on Linux also. So I'll probably... So I've been using CasualSAB on my Linux machines, but what do you guys think I should do, like, what distro should I demo Linux installs on? It's attached to the crate guide, so it'll be out in 2027. Terrible chops. Terrible. STO players can't read or understand basic symbols like the remaining Klingon TFO that had green arrows pointing at green circles that they still couldn't comprehend, and it was removed from the game. Oh no. Do it on a Steam Deck? That's a good point. But not everyone's got a Steam Deck. Yeah, Rad. That was why we mentioned earlier, like, if there was like a dill buyout so we didn't have to do that on our alt characters, that'd be nice. Yeah, I know Bazite's pretty popular. Was Remain Klingon removed? Are you sure it's not in the game still? Or is that just like a troll comment? No, I don't see it. That'd be a Discovery one, wouldn't it? Yeah, I don't see it. Bazite is what you run on your Steam machine? Yeah. This little mini PC, when I do some like Steam machine types videos for Stowe, I'll be using that. It's got a an AMD like laptop APU in it. Right now it's got CasualSAB on it, but I guess Bazite, that's like the gaming targeted distro that people keep recommending, so probably would make sense to do that. Thank you, Jeremy. Appreciate it. Is the Mirror Warship the only ship with Terran Goodbye? Yes. Bazite and Ubuntu? Yeah. I've used Ubuntu a little bit in the past, but I've just found, like, since diving back into Linux a bit in the past couple of months, like, CasualOS is, like, actually pretty damn good. Really snappy. Nice. Let's check some market stuff here. Let's see how the market's going. Yeah, I mean, that's also, like, I knew that was going to be the main draw for that bundle, so that's why that video is doing pretty well too. Where's it at? It's still popping '1. That video's popping #1 on the last out of the last 10 videos for me, so it's doing pretty good. 4.8K in the past 16 hours. Almost 10% click-through rate still. Average view duration is 7 minutes, 19 seconds. That's pretty damn good. Yeah. Yeah, Microsoft, just Windows is, like, I've had some Windows updates recently. Like, I've went in, it's only supposed to do the security updates, but it's still just random things sneak in that are just screwing things up. Yeah, I want to see, can I see analytics on? Take a look at this video. A view test report. So people like that first thumbnail a little bit more. The one with the red arrow, like, where I'm not even mentioning the bundle, where I'm just mentioning the account-wide Mirror Warship. That's currently slightly more popular with 51.9% of the watch time share. Let's look at the analytics so far. It's not going to give me too many. Yeah, it's still pretty early on. Can I see... What tab would it be? Engagement, average view duration. Where is the tab? One of these tabs usually presents me, like, with where, oh, audience retention. Okay, it's not available for the first 2 days. Okay. It'll let me see where people are actually watching in the video in quite a bit of detail. Like, for instance, if I go to my video going over the 16th anniversary, if I go to engagement, audience, yeah, audience retention here, you can see, I can see the parts here where, like, when the topic came up about Thomas's announcement for becoming executive producer, that spiked up there. New Muds Bundle had a little bit, and then as I went on about the hexas and twinkling, it fell off. So yeah, it's interesting to see those analytics, just to see what things people are actually caring about. It's really interesting too with the, like, the best premium ship videos. Like, you can jump around and really see what ships it is people are really caring about. So this is last year's video. Pretty good views on it. Engagement, audience retention. And if I zoom in here, this isn't telling me, like, what chapter's what. So there's a spike up here at 2031. That's the Obina. There's a bit of interest in the Obina. Jeremy, if you're still here, do you by chance have any update for that console? Like where it was like resetting the other toggles on your ship? Did that ever get sorted out? I know there was talk about it. So like there's people interested in that ship, but the toggle situation with that is a little bit iffy. Where when it gets to 10 stacks, it was yeah, when you get up to 10 stacks on the console, it was resetting all of the toggles on your ship, like threatening stance. I think it even did the Nadarian one. Like it was really disruptive, like all the Ilios toggles, yeah. I appreciate it. Yeah. Like I've tried to do that, but still Windows 11 just finds ways. It finds ways. And what about best Zen ship? Was there a ship that spiked up really high here? At 14... I mean, all the ships spiked up, but... 1405, what is that? The Arc Rail. I kept that short because I already did a video on it. Okay. Where were the biggest dips? The end. Okay. Yeah, it's nice to look at the analytics sometimes. You see some interesting data. Also, YouTube's done some... I've shown this before, but some of the stuff YouTube has done with like the AI crap is a little bit... Like, there's ways it could be... Like, it could be beneficial, but then there's others where it's just like, this is slop. This is just garbage. Like, being able to see the trends of what people are looking for, like, that's pretty handy. So if I do how to Star Trek Online, that should, in theory, give me, like, some information, like, of what people are looking for how-to-wise. And it's all how to play other things. Terrible. I guess I may need to rephrase this. Star Trek Online how-to guide. Okay. YouTube, you're not being very useful. Just make the next thumbnail nothing but a big red arrow. Yeah, but let's do brainstorm video ideas. This is the YouTube slop here. Like, sometimes it'll bring up something that, like, probably wouldn't be the worst idea ever. But, like, some of these ideas are just... Like, some of these just are pretty self-explanatory. Like, obviously, people have looked up, you know, how to farm dilithium, how to farm energy credits. Someone asked about Dill earlier before, and I forgot to respond. But, like, videos like this, that is an interesting thumbnail, isn't it? Could you imagine, if I did one of these sorts of thumbnails, I could just imagine being roasted. T6 big red arrow when? Yeah, I know. Pixel Bob. Yeah, like some of these ideas, like this is giving me some of the data that I'd actually be wanting of like what people are searching for, because this is pulling from like what people that watch Star Trek Online content on YouTube, what sorts of things they're searching for. But yeah, I mean, some of the I've shown some of these off before on the Discord. Like some of this is just such slop. Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm Jeremy. I am not like a big fan of AI right now either. Believe me. It's just, it sucks that YouTube is hiding some of this information now. like behind it. It used to be that when you went to the trends tab here, when you went to the trends tab, like it would give you like information a bit more relevant to your audience. But they've now sort of locked it behind. You got to use their AI tool to see that sort of information. But yeah, I'm not a fan of what AI has done either. I think, especially like using any of the AI from any of these big companies and just feeding into to what they're doing, just it's not good. It's not helping any of us. They're the reason our GPUs, our hard drives, our SSDs, they're the reason all this crap is more expensive. The only time I think AI to me is somewhat acceptable is if you're running it locally, but even then it's just like the output of what most of it does is just it's slop. They took your memory. Yeah. I think the only time that I would use AI on the channel would be is like, and I talked about this fairly recently. The only time I would do it would be like using that AI voice cloning in the event I was in a situation where I was, back in January, I was basically down for like over a week, unable to really do any voice recordings. Like I could still type scripts, I can still get the background footage, but in a situation like that, at least having it in, break glass in case of emergency type situations, like that'd be the only time I'd probably use it. But like using AI art, any of that, like an entire AI thumbnail, I haven't even done that. I think I used one AI background once and it wasn't even good. Yeah, I'm not a fan of what AI has done to the market. What it's done to our economy, what it's done to the world. Like the amount of money being dumped into it is just ridiculous. Okay, what's another TFO we can do here? Oh, the Hell with Honor. The Hell with Honor Elite Public Queue. Let's go. OpenAI is just going to end up being part of Microsoft. I think that's what's going to happen in the end. Like when they fall apart, they're just going to be just incorporated right into Microsoft. Yeah, I saw the thing too about Nvidia. Like they're not even going to launch their next GPUs until 28 or something now. Yeah, I know. It's not real AI. It's machine learning. I know. Well, my internet keeps dropping up and down on YouTube. The Twitch is remaining stable, but the YouTube is not. Yeah, I mean AMD is not much better right now. Skynet is pissed. Yeah. And it looked like AMD was going to be a bit stagnant with the next couple of years too. Yeah, that 32 gig 9700X, or not, well, it's not the what's it, the R9700. It's basically a 9070 XT with 32 gigs of VRAM, but it's $1,300. That's just, I ain't got money for that. You know how many hard drives I could buy? How much filament that is? Yeah, I mean, every now and then you see someone ask, you know, can Stowe be in a better engine? And it's like, you know how well this game runs on, like, older hardware? Like, that's one of the strong points for it, for a lot of people, is that this game is able to be run on, you know, really old hardware, so you don't need to have the latest and greatest to be able to, you know, play this game effectively. That's a big benefit for a lot of people. Yeah. They just don't want us to own anything. They want us to rent all of our compute power.
That was the last vessel at Shipyard Gamma. Shipyard Delta is now clear of Mokai vessels. So, Jimpox sent his rapid togs to Fox.
Only thing that runs better than Stowe is modern Doom engine. Yeah. Demand path tracing in Stowe. I'm sure that'll help TFO performance. Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, the past couple of GPU generations are pretty damn powerful. Would I run temporal tunneling over broadside support on a CSV build? Yes. Yeah, on my current mirror angle, which I think I've got posted in the builds Discord, that's what I've done, is I have temporal tunneling on, instead of Terran Goodbye actually too. But that's because on that build I'm like hitting up at like a really high crit chance level. So that's like a super high end build where it's got all the bells and whistles. I shouldn't have popped that there. We get Lumen for Stowe. Oh no. No, I don't want any of the ray tracing crap in Stowe. From like Unreal Engine. Like, I'm not opposed to having that sort of graphical quality in Stowe, it's just... Ooh. Torp got me, okay. Like, I'm not opposed to having better lighting, I just don't want to deal with like Unreal Engine and the issues that we've seen in other games with that. We still don't have this TFO on PlayStation? Yeah, I remember hearing about that. I died. Just too casual of a player today. Yeah, and especially in this market, like, that would be just such a bad move to upgrade to Unreal Engine 5. Like, it wouldn't make sense. It never made sense, but, like, especially with hardware being so inaccessible right now, could you imagine?
Something big is emerging from the last rift. That gigantic Galaxy Walker is keeping the rift open. Destroy it!
Taking a bit of heat here. Go.
Well done.
This is the Health Honor. Yeah, apparently it's not on console. Yeah, and when you go buy your keys, if you're buying your Zen through the Epic Game Store, please remember to use Epic Creator Code CasualSAB at checkout. I greatly appreciate that. The funds from that allow me to buy more things in Stowe and also allow me to further the data hoarder collection. We need more hard drives, okay? At this rate, actually, yeah, it's not even more hard drives. I guess at this point, for the next couple months, need to get money built up in case I do end up actually needing to move. That's gonna suck. I hate moving. We've been here since 2021. Really nice spot in Des Moines, but the landlord's being a bit of a prick, so looks like we're gonna have to. Can you imagine being the person who has to sift through your hard? Hey, I added this up on Excel recently. How many was it? Let's pop this back up. How many hard drives does Spencer have? Spencer has just a few hard drives, okay? So let's do a count. Or no, sum. Do that first. There we go. What is that? Hey, exactly. I bought a lot of hard drives at the end of 2025. Like when we saw the prices were going to be going up, especially storage. Like I bought a ton of storage hard drives right at the end of 2025, and it's like tax write-off. The YouTube channel is a business. Okay? My Star Trek Online content production, it's a business. Registered in Iowa, okay? There's a lot of deductions being made this year. A lot of deductions. Yeah, you need all the storage. I've got like run footage, like doing infected runs from like several years ago. It's just nice to be able to have all of that footage stored. So if I do want to go back and pull, some old footage up, I've got it. Like that's just nice to be able to do. With Spoiler returning for a small voice cameo on Starfleet Academy, I don't know. Gunpla, I haven't watched the most recent episodes, to be honest. I will watch them at some point. CasualSAB petabyte project. Oh no. When I die, my instructions are clear. All drives go into the shredder, no exceptions. Yeah, I watched the first two episodes. I didn't think, it was as bad as everything on YouTube was saying it was. Did I think it was the best Star Trek I'd ever watched? No, but I didn't think it was the worst thing I'd ever watched either. I'll catch up on the episodes here probably in the next couple days. You want to watch yesterday's episode if you liked it? Okay. Just think of how much data you have or you save having the servers be the way they are, since we can't group up for runs anymore, but I still record a lot of the solo runs, GOps. Though I haven't done many solo runs for about a month now. I got the 3.67, and then I was just like, this took a ton of tries in a very short amount of time, I don't hate myself enough to try and beat this right now. Yeah, I'd say wait to see how the first season goes, you know, before forming an overall opinion on it. But like I said, it's not. I don't think it's as bad as some of the stuff online is making it out to be, and also, you know, I don't think it. At the same time, I don't think it's the best I've seen, but you know, it's felt like it had potential to add something. We'll find out. Maybe I'll change my opinion after watching the episodes. I don't know. I'm so young. Intriguing. I was subtract 2 from your name there, and that's the year I was born. I'm turning 30 this year. Crazy to think. I hate to ask, but how's the crate build coming? I would like to get the crate build out. Yeah, I'd like to get it. Oh no. It's crazy to think, like, just even back to 10 years ago, what I was doing in the game at that time. Yeah. Crate build will be out by Spencer's 40th. Oh no. As soon as I make the crate build guide, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to finally record this damn crate build guide. And then, like, Vovin's going to get nerfed, okay? That's the jinx that's going to happen, okay? I'm going to finally get the damn thing done. I've got the PowerPoint done. I'm going to finally get it done. And then, you know, Reddit's going to win. All of the complaints on Reddit will finally be heard, and they'll hit it. Dillmark is at 14 mil. Thoughts about a good dill sync? We mentioned one before about being able to pay to, like, insta level a ship up that you've already leveled up on your like on a different character on your account. That'd be, I mean, I'd pay for that. I mentioned this a while back, but a way to re-roll the perk point selection that we have, I'd pay for that too. Like, let me just keep re-rolling and trying to get the stats up that I want right away. The youth of today. Oh no. I'd like to finish it. Look, I got the PowerPoint done. I got the receipts, okay? Let me find PowerPoint. Microsoft, get out of here with your AI slop BS. Yeah, I mean, it's going, okay? It's going. I need to add some more in here to go over how, like, it basically makes all of the builds look the same, because that's what, like, really upsets people. To be fair, every meta's done that. Isomag meta, all the builds look the same. The TAC console, like, exploiter locator meta, all those builds look the same. You have a PowerPoint done. I have a lotto ticket. We are... Chaps. I don't appreciate. I don't appreciate your language, chips. Well, it's what is it like upwards of 7 years at well, I forget the exact number. Is it like 6 or 7 years to get the Endeavor system done from the beginning? That I think is probably going to be a big deterrence for people coming back in. I'd say that'd be a concern if I was. I mean, PvP player, PvP is basically dead at this point. But PvE, like there are still some people that do care about the competition aspect. I mean, for like DPS chasing, and for those players, I mean, it's they usually it's not that many people, but they're going to be heavy spenders. My concern with a system like this is they'll see that it just takes that long to catch up, and they're going to be deterred from like fully diving back in. I know that's buying Endeavor perk points is not on the table. Jeremy's mentioned that before. Isn't it like in other games though? Like when they're other games, what other games have systems like this? Where you start off with an accelerated amount of points that you earn, and then over time it just falls off. So like for your first 100 Endeavor perk points, like you earn them at a much higher rate than you would later on. Like it just feels like it needs some sort of catch-up mechanism like that. I'm aware of Pirate Dutch. I forget the exact name. I'm aware of him. Yeah. We used to run together, do PvP. I used to be involved in the PvP scene. I left it a long time ago. That's why my main used to be SOB. So my first character in the game was SAB, my initials, and then I eventually made a ROM TAC for PvP. And my idea with it was, I want people to be having that reaction when they're fighting against me in PvP. I want them to be saying SOB, Strom, thank you for the raid. Hope you had a good stream. Yeah, what am I at right now? Like a 923. I've got most of the critical space stuff done. Basically, all that's left is the stuff that just doesn't really matter for space. Like the bridge officer cooldown reduction doesn't really matter for me. Little bit of weapon damage stuff to pick up, but yeah. If I was a returning DPS player and I saw that, like that's just my one concern with like this system. It's got to be some sort of catch-up mechanism. Yeah. Thank you for the follow, Timper. Much appreciate it. 170. Poof. When I'm doing my daily Endeavor run, I get to choose between 3 different ground traits. Yeah. Like, imagine if you could just pay to re-roll that and have a chance of getting some space ones. Or, like, you could pay and have a guaranteed set of 3 space ones. Like, people are still doing activities. Like, they're still doing activities to get their, their perk points. Or you're just getting some extra dilithium out of them, and they're being a bit more satisfied by getting results that are more satisfactory to them. The issue is, the concern probably is, though, then, once people have the points they care about, what's to encourage them to keep going, and I don't know. But like I said, when the Endeavor update was done last year, just need to add more prizes in there. Toss like a premium ship or something in. Diablo Immortal has a returner path where people who haven't logged in for a while, or for people who haven't logged in on in a while, it accelerates your leveling up to match the server's average. Yeah. Type 7s become consumable and they are acquired through the Dill store. Yeah. Yeah, it's just I get why you did it that way, Jeremy. I just like having talked to people that have thought about returning, I can tell you that when they see this and how far behind they are, like even though it doesn't really matter for like playing the PvE content, it's more for some people of just knowing. For some people it's just knowing that they're that far behind. And how long it would take for them to catch up. And then, for the people that do want to actually do DPS chasing, yeah. I get it, though. I get it. Mia, let's do another TFO. Yeah. Let's see here. We failed earlier on Shattered Piece, so we gotta make this right, and we gotta get it done. I'm gonna pull out the big guns here. Gonna pull out the big guns, okay? The casual night stream, yeah. To be honest, I was just a little ticked off about message we got right at the end of Friday from the landlord being a prick, so I did not really feel like recording a video right now. Oh, I missed a message here. Yeah, like as a system that's designed for player retention, right? For making the game a bit more free to play accessible. Like imagine, having a couple like fleet ship modules tossed in there early on for someone to get like a like a beginner T6 fleet ship. Like one of the event campaign premium ship boxes or something, so once someone's gotten up to a certain amount of endeavor points, just have some substantial rewards in there that really makes people want to keep going for it. But also the pace of it. I think the 6 or 7 year thing about it just really deters some people. I know it's a hard situation. What did he say? Could we help? Oh, no, they've been... So, like a private equity company came in, bought the property last year, and they're saying the books from the prior management was like were quite wrong, and that like half of the residents owe money. Yeah, that's fair, Jeremy. To repair the ships. Yeah, private equity is just
Thanks for the timely assistance.
lovely.
This would have...
Warning. Ship is under attack. Good. I see you assisted all the... Heads up. I'm getting report...
Well, it's also, I mean, even without that reward system, Jeremy, it's even just the fact of, like, that being a substantial amount of, like, important stats, like crit chance, severity, like, getting those stats up because the performance implications is really just substantial to people. So, like, even without the reward system, it just the design of it, like with the stat boost, that alone, they stack up to be just so substantial. It makes, you know, with how much we associate performance to endgame stuff in the community, at least with some parts of the community, it makes a lot of people feel like they gotta, you know, keep going with it.
Heads up, more reports of incoming Mirror Borg signatures. Take out the Ethereans before they open another vortex.
I don't even know how, like, because of the time requirement for it, I don't even know how, like, a nerf to the buffs would go down.
Ethereans have been defeated and vortices have been closed.
I think there'd be a lot of very salty people.
Good. Now that the Ethereans, Mirror Borg, and Alliance...
It is good to see.
Yeah, not well. Like, if people are raging about the Hexa cannons, like, taking that small of a hit, I could not imagine the reaction to the, like, Endeavor buffs being adjusted. Out of all my devices, no. I forgot to reslot him. That's all it is.
Initiating containment orb.
Okay, what's left? Oh, Concord, really far away. Platinum just doesn't really hold much value. Yeah.
Damn it!
Oh, we failed? I thought we got them all. No. I don't even know what happened. I thought we rescued them all. What? No. I've let the team down. Okay, let's look at that VOD. What the hell just happened? More difficult content by request delivered. Oh no. Not like this. It's dead. We did it. We completed it. It's hard to see. It just auto failed on the third incursion. It bugged out on us. No way. I don't. Let's go back and look at that. I think it actually like broke on us. You see, we got the check mark for the second incursion. Then as soon as the third one popped up, it failed. The forces... Terrible. Oh no. It like... Yeah. Yeah, let me go back in. It might be clear on the Twitch side. Let me get that real quick here. Content, video producer. Okay, let's get this clip. Okay, we rescued that ship and just failed right there. Okay. Clip. Okay, so we're gonna show it here. Very small window Twitch, thank you. We just have it go to the relevant portion, that should be fine. Bugged, shattered piece. Yeah, I don't know what that was. You know, that could have been, did we have any like a little bit of a lag spike there where maybe it didn't register that final kill even though we got it? Yeah, I know. But if I get it right now, you know, if I get it right now, then I've already got the timestamp and all that done, so let me find you on the list here. I have messaged too many people. There you go. Joe, thank you, man. Yeah, let's look at this. Yeah, we got the kill. Was there like a lag spike or something right there? Not that I can see. Nope. It just done. That's interesting. Yeah, no problem. Um, yeah. Okay. No idea. We had all 9 of them. Like it said we had all 9 of them. Yeah. Okay, next up, you know, Battle of Corfez, very difficult TFO. Let's do that. I'm going to restock on some devices here. And I'm going to drop my sequential warhead loader for the Valdor console. And I am anticipating that I'm going to get sub-nuked quite a bit and have a wonderful time in here. Oof. Let's get the parser back up. Public queue, Battle of Corfez Elite. Here we go. Oh, you're fine. Let's see, I haven't actually looked. Twitch is at 41, YouTube 101. I mean, this is doing pretty good for a random Friday night stream. Indeed. Indeed, Jeremy, we appreciate it. Corfez easy now. Am I going to stream tomorrow as well? Yes. I didn't really feel like doing a video tonight, and I was like, you know what? Let's just turn the stream on. Yeah. Spencer's just doing this to distract you from the WAN show.
Vodwar ships have invaded the area around Corfez 4. I will be acting as flag captain.
Jeremy, thank you for stopping by. Please, be gentle to the Vovin console and fleet power. Okay. Yeah, if we pass all the ships. Okay, they're just all dying right away. Okay. No subnuke, please. Don't even look at me. Jeremy is Borkius. He was over on the Twitch side. You would see him on the on-screen chat there. Remember, I'm multi-streaming to YouTube and Twitch. Yeah. Borkius is, was it leads systems? Just the systems lead now? He is the, as he said there, he's Mr. Nerf Cannon.
We've established an automated block. Stop the Vodwar ships from breaking through our defense line.
So with the Vodwar here, before you pop all of your major buffs, I do recommend you try to get behind them so that they can't just sub-nuke you and take all of your big, beautiful buffs away from you. That's never very fun. Look at this beautiful Psy spam. Beautiful. I remember there was a time when people would be complaining about the performance of Psy ships because like EPG for a long time was the OP thing. EPG is still like really OP. It's just funny how like things have changed over the years for what people complain about. See, I should have put a Psy team on because these bastards are sub-nuking me. Sub-nuke strips all of your buffs away. Hairless, thank you for the follow. I greatly appreciate it. Yeah, people always complain. That's the thing. What's, you know, the ironic thing is when you have some of the people who have been complaining about some of these like meta items, you know, about how they have destroyed the game when those items actually, you know, get tweaked, how they start to freak out. It's ironic when you see that and sometimes see that it's the same exact people saying you know, on both sides of the argument. Before it happens, they're complaining about it, and then after it happens, they're complaining that it was done. Is my keyboard coming through the mic much for you guys, by the way? I hope it's not. I mean, it probably is when I'm talking, but I just hope it's not like when I'm in just a fight. Happens sometimes when I'm talking. Terrible. Gonna have to buy a silent keyboard. So it's gonna be a business expense. I actually have, I think they were called Xylent switches. I don't know where I've got them though. Typewriting strong. It's because I'm using like I got a proper mechanical keyboard and I've got some holy pandas in it. They're louder tactile switches, and the mic is right above them. If I move the mic over here, probably not going to be as bad, but you get to hear me a little bit closer. Now we can get to the proper ASMR, right? That's what you guys want. Stow ASMR is I hit the cannon scatter volley and it activated. The Stow ASMR stream. Are wireless mice and keyboards as good as wired? Depends on the brand and the quality, but I mean, yeah, I mean, I remember there was some, as weird as it is, I remember seeing something a couple years ago that there was one brand where it was faster wirelessly connected than with the wire. I don't know how, but that was just interesting. Interesting that could even be a thing. Here, oh no. Yeah, I'm using a QWERTY Keys QK100 from a couple years ago. Nice full-size keyboard. Really good build quality. I really like this keyboard. I'm just glad I bought an extra PCB when I got it, because it looks like they discontinued it. CasualSAB in the midnight ASMR. What time is it? 11? I think when I started the stream it was like 7. Yeah, I've been going for 3 hours. Orange chicken event chip. If you guys know Fleffel, Fleffel has an orange chicken character. I was thinking about like chasing it with the axe you get from that one episode. Inviting him to my bridge and just chasing him with the axe. Yeah, again, the Hexa cannons took such a small hit. I mean, Twinkling took the larger hit, the 40% hit to the max debuff it provides, but it's still like really damn good. Like, I'm using a rainbow build right now, and like it's performing perfectly fine. I honestly am appreciating the stream. Been a day, along a heck of a month. I wish I had set up to go out and like just stream from my living room, because I actually got replacement parts for one of my 3D printers today, one of my original Centauri carbons, and I guess that'd be interesting to record, stream while I'm like going in and messing with it, getting it repaired. I don't have room for it on my desk, otherwise I would do it right here, but...
Excellent work.
No.
I'll
Dude, that boss just melted. Just got absolutely dumpstered. Yeah, I've got a new part of the PCB on the hot end. They sent me a new hot end, and they've also sent me a replacement USB-C cable. This is for my Centauri Carbon 1, the one that I got in September. That's been down for a little bit. Let me see how prints are going. Okay, so my Centauri Carbon 2, like if I'm using slots 2 or 3, the inner 2 slots, it works fine for me with the prints I'm doing. But if I use like slot 1 or 4, those are the slots having issues. Yeah, so I've got 3 Centauri Carbons, 2 V1s, 1 V2, and that first one from September has been down since January 28th. The replacement parts just arrived today. Yeah, stacking debuffs is the key to getting deeps. Yeah, Twinkling is still good on single flavor builds, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the CC2. One other thing is I had to go in, grab a glove earlier, and I had to lube her up. That sounds really bad. But there was a really bad squeal coming from one of the rods for... This is all sounding really bad. Jeez, I'm just glad I'm not in like voice with the Cheops right now. One of the rods for the hotbed on the printer to go up and down was like squeaking. So I had to go in and I went in and got a glove and lubed it up. I just don't like that I had to go in and do that within a week of having the printer. Like, not even 100 hours of print time on it. Thankfully, Thankfully, I have a couple tubes of the white lithium grease that the printers are supposed to use, but the printer did come with some too, so... That's one of my favorite activities. Oh, no. Oh, no. Never seen that thing die so fast. Oh, you guys can't actually see the damn printers. Okay, yeah. Right now, they're just printing some hard drive sleds. So there's another batch of 8 that are done, 4 on each thing. So, tell you what, I'm gonna run out there, grab those off the printers, and just start the next cycle. So I will be right back. I'll leave the camera here though, so you can see me pulling those off. I'll be right back. Okay. Yeah, 3D printers have really evolved quite a bit in the past couple years. Terrible. No, I took the liberty of while I was going through to put a load in the dryer. Someone should swipe one of his hard drives now and we can watch him panic. Oh no, how dare you? How dare you? After everything. Yeah, my Ender 3 a couple years ago like really just pissed me off. But this thing's been working great. Like the Centauri Carbon ones, like they're single color, but they're workhorses. The only issue is replacement parts. I mean, they're getting better about it, but it's still a bit sketch. Like for most of them, you have to message their support, and to be fair, they'll send most of the replacement parts, your way for free. I haven't had any parts where they've told me I had to go out and pay for them. So yeah, I mean, it just sucks waiting 10 to 20 days for it to arrive from China. When is Spencer going to start a new channel that just live streams his printer's printing stuff? It would be boring. Do you know how many of these I've printed in the past couple of months? Like when I drop the video, like I need to figure out final price point on these because these are like a hard drive cage. It takes 8 hard drives for a 10-inch mini rack. Like I've printed a ton of these, man. Like I got a box over here just packed with these damn things. Like I've got like 20 plus. Like I just need to get boxes sorted out for get a video done. I need to also put the heat sink inserts into them and the screws, but like I'm gonna do the video and I'm gonna sell them. The AI bots will watch. Ooh. Watching 3D printers, that's ASMR. So Nick is going to be on stream next, or when is this stream happening? They got a stream incoming on, like in the next week or two. I think actually no, this is Tuesday. Tuesday the 10th at 11 a.m. Pacific. Looks like Nick and Wolf. Yeah, I'm looking at the channel here because there's like the secret hidden channels. You got the content creation, and then there's like the engineers, which is the engineers is like specifically for their streams. The leaks channel. The leaks channel. I can't show the leaks channel. There's hidden channels on all these Discords. On all of them. You know what one of my favorite is? On the Builds Discord? Wonder if a pet G rifled barrel. Don't say that in Washington. They were trying to ban, like, they want to not ban, but they want to make it so any files you print on your printer have to be verified by the state. By the way, a reminder, there is a giveaway over on the CasualSAB Discord. Ends in 13 hours. This is for a Tier 6 Liberated Borg Command Juggernaut, courtesy of Sora and Dan, so make sure to enter if you've not already done so. So 3D printer, they also, so it's subtractive or additive manufacturing. So that would also be like a CNC, like, it's a really stupid law. Like, this isn't like a political statement, it's more of just like, it just is incredibly stupid. Like, basically it's a path to just control what you're able to print, and it starts with the 3D printed guns, which aren't really an issue. And what it leads to is the government being able to force you to verify, every file with them that you're printing, so they know what you're printing. They have access to your files. You're probably going to pay a tax on it because they're not going to run that for free. So you're going to have to pay a tax to be able to verify that you're not printing something illegal. And then eventually that's going to lead to probably like copyright stuff being tied into it. Yeah. Like, imagine you have a 3D printer and you go to download like some Star Wars model, and yeah, you download, you go to print a Star Wars model, and it gets checked against the server, and it's like, you're not authorized to print this. You got to pay. Yeah, we really don't need to open that can of worms. Yeah, it's just whatever side of the political spectrum you're on, it's just government overreach, just plain and simple. That's in Washington State. Cheops. Washington and New York are the ones like pushing for that the most right now. Imagine if you printed something Nintendo. Dude, Railken, you're going to have like SWAT at your house. you print a Nintendo file. Didn't they do that? Like, I think LTT was talking about that, where, was it LTT or someone else? Or was it GN? Yeah, you print a Nintendo thing, you got a lawyer at your door the next day, or like a SWAT team. It's to me, Mario, open up. Oh no. Can control what you could farm on your own land. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Even if that passes their government bodies, like, it'll be held up in court for years. I'm in Iowa, but the concern is that stuff gets pushed through. Like, these companies aren't going to do just regional state by state software. They're gonna, yeah. Try asking any AI to help you write a CSS theme for a website based on Star Trek. I don't want to do that, Dark Eddie. Okay. It's been approximately an hour since we did an infected. Infected the Conduit Elite public queue. We got this. Yeah. I just don't think it's a concern, and I mean, realistically, if you want to do that with your printer as an American, I mean, that's not against the law. Yeah, but that's where it starts, Cheops. That's the excuse for it, but it's, you have to upload, like, it'd be for 3D printers, for CNC machines, yeah. Captain Slippery Slope. uh Probably the longest stream I witnessed so far. Now we wait. What's good about temporal tunneling? Just that it's 100% firing cycle haste for 5 seconds. It's just firing cycle haste. You don't have to worry about it if you have like Terran Goodbye's good if you don't want to run that. Yeah. This is definitely a record length stream, and you did multiple TFOs. I also had multiple mispronunciations.
The situation is grim. All attempts to hail begin by destroying the...
It's typically like, I don't even know how much of this I should be talking about on YouTube, to be honest. I won't dive into the topic further. I don't want to risk saying something that upsets the YouTube overlords, the AI algorithm that's going to transcript, or do the transcript and look at everything later.
Scanning the nanite trench. Got it. Infiltrate that conveyor.
This time forward, your culture will adapt to
The
service
nanite
powers.
drones repair the trench. Stop them.
Go. Let's go to the other side. Oh, the assimilator had me for a moment there. That was annoying.
Probe is closing in on the trench. Destroy it.
Rainbow still viable.
Sensors confirm that the transwarp conduit has been destroyed. However, our scans of the starbase are still being disrupted. We will need to send an away team there to look for survivors.
Yeah. What did the Hexa cannons do here? Gauge DPS by the length of the buff bar? Yes. Prototype phaser Hexa cannons, 226k. Thank you. I'll take a look at that later. It's hard to say in this sort of environment. Like, I didn't really do too many competitive style DPS runs with this build prior to the patch. Like, you'd have to look at like a prior stream VOD, to be honest, in the past month. I don't really have the number off the top of my head. But solo, like, I had runs where I was almost getting 400k from the Hexa cannons, and I imagine if I was in that same environment, I'd probably still be getting over 300 from him. What did the Pavan Omni do? The Pavan Omni, the Resonance Shock, did 251k. The actual Omni itself, 65. I'm a be real, chat. I'm worried about the Pavan Omni and Type 7s. I don't think they got a good future. So TLDR, the Hexa nerf has cut your DPS. Oh no. Right again. Terrible. Stop whispering. I can only get so pregnant. Cheops is an interesting character. It's time to check the market. Got 500 mil to play with, boys. 500 mil. Is there a Viridian Plasma Omni Beam? Yes, there is. After Delta Rising... No, not... They're not talking about tier 7 ships. They're talking about type 7s, the pets. I hear a little boy crying in another room. It's you, Cheops? You're crying in the next room over? Okay, okay. I don't really run Viridian Plasmas that much anymore, but I mean, if you like the flavor, go for it. Viridian Plasmas, they got dropped on a lot of high-end builds because of the slower travel time those weapons have, but I mean, it's still perfectly fine, to be honest. Like, unless you're pushing, like, super, super high DPS numbers, it's going to be fine. Ultimate, yeah, Ultimate is what I run. There is also a nice Ultimate Omni in the Lobi store, but you can't run it at the same time as the Pavin. Again, the set Omni restrictions just need to change. Yeah. Lots of things need changes. Okay. Okay, chat, what am I doing? Borg? Infinity? What lockbox do I open here? Do I try to grab another T6 Infinity ship for the future? Always Borg, Infinity. Mad Skills, thanks for stopping by, and thank you for donating that vengeance earlier. That was very, very generous of you. Dominion Lockbox. Bot War. Oh, okay, okay. Borg. Okay. It's probably one of the worst drops I've ever seen for this when it comes to the DOF packs. 20 in or 25 in and not a single DOF pack? I'm getting screwed over here. I have never ever had like that Borg lockbox experience. Like, I literally just lost it all right there. Not a single Borg DOF pack out of 40. Yeah, the MUDs, the T6 coupons from the MUDs bundles would be unrestricted, so you could use those to acquire the upcoming anniversary ships if you wanted, if you don't want to go for the entire bundle. Does location matter when opening boxes? I mean, there's been a lot of theories over the years, but nothing proven. And I just got screwed over. How dare you, Stowe? The house always wins. Who are you and what have you done with Spencer? 40 without a single Borg off pack. I have never seen that before. Never. That's wild. In the process, replacing the Kelvin beam phasers with Federation 32nd century ones. Nice. Yeah, that hurt. That hurt my soul. Won't be opening boxes tonight. Yeah, damn. That yeah. That's rough. Truly, truly rough. Gonna burn another pity point on a Borg ship, yeah. The Borg ships aren't even worth a damn. There's so much supply of them. Okay. There's rumors like that all the time. Rumors about certain times, maps, like going to fuller instances. I've had success, doing certain things over the years, but it's hard to, 100% prove any of that. But yeah, I just, oof, cryptic. Look at all that Lobi though. Look, no fake news. You didn't see any Lobi. No Lobi at all. Nick, how does it feel to have more echelons than me? I'm down to 1 tab. Nick here has like 2 or 3 tabs. He's such a whale. Maybe Jeremy left a cookie for your game tonight. I said, how many echelons do you have left? How many bank tabs do you have? 2? 3? I mean, the echelons are never going to return to normal lockbox prices. By the time they get back up to like 1 billion, at this rate with how much supply there is, 1 full character bank? I speak for everyone in chat. Nick. Eric, Nick held you at phaser point and forced you to say hello? Hello. I hope you're enjoying Star Citizen with the Nicholas. He was the worst turret gunner ever? Not surprising. Streaming Star Citizen sounds like a bad idea. He cried more than my ex-wife. Frosty, thank you for the follow. Stanera. Nick's got everyone in his voice chat hopping in to say hi. See how many has he got over there right now. Actually, it's probably scary for me to, probably a bad idea for me to just randomly look at voice, like any text channels. Yep, it's true. Uh-huh. When's my AMA breakdown coming out? I don't know quite yet. I still need to go through and just process it all, to be honest. But yeah. He has 8 fellow whales, yeah. Mixed died. Nice. P2S combo, man. I wish I'd went for that a little bit, not gonna lie. Just the price difference. 800 versus the 450. But you certainly get the quality with the bamboo stuff. Lem is all the whales. Loving it. Nice. I got the replacement parts in for my first Centauri carbon earlier, so I need to go through and get that. I have to disassemble it and, well, partially, and just get the replacement parts in. At least, you know, the parts arrived a bit quicker than I expected. It still sucked that they didn't have stuff in the US to ship faster, but it is what it is. Terrible. I'm concerned about what I'm seeing in chat. You know, this has been a fairly long stream. Warp Core is going to be very happy to listen back to all this tomorrow. Eric, thank you for the Prime sub. I greatly appreciate it. Yeah, I do need to get some sort of like news recap style video done for that AMA stuff, don't I? And figure out how to talk about the Nerf stuff more. Terrible, I know. Okay. Well, I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you to everyone for tuning in to this random Friday night stream. I did not expect to keep this going for, where's the timer? 3 hours, 45 minutes. McStud, thank you for the sub. I greatly appreciate it. Devin Erics, thank you for the PLN 10. For something that isn't keys, I appreciate it. It's going to be more filament, isn't it? Nick promised me that you'd carry me to 3 million DPS. Oh no. Has Nick even done 3 million DPS? I don't have room for more hard drives, dude. Nick, I don't have room for more hard drives, okay? I don't. What I do have more room for is SSDs. More. Barefoot, thank you for the $4.99. Open what? Oh no. I don't think I want to do that. Those aren't M.3? No, these are SATA SSDs. You didn't have room for more water cooling parts, and that didn't stop you. Wow. Pretoria, you just got a T6 Infinity box. Congrats. Can always print more RAM. Yeah. And 3? No, these are old. I mean, these are by Micron. Like, I'd have to. There we go. Yeah, you can see the mess on the desk back there. They're just Micron. More Micron. All the Micron. You can only print more RAM after getting permission from the government. We love random streams like this. Ooh, 17. Ooh, yeah. As soon as you get one of the engineer ones, it's yeah. Ooh, ooh. Eric, thank you for the kind support and the genuine words that were definitely yours. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, no, these are like Micron enterprise drives. I got them all pretty cheap before things really started to spike up. They're each 1 terabyte. Hey, these things are pretty small. Okay. Let me get this set back up for tomorrow. 2 terabyte crucial for one of them. Is that a Super Nintendo back there? No. It's a computer. A lot of Noctua fans. I've got a thing for Noctua fans, okay? Time to get the Mirror Warship. Pretoria, you enjoy. Okay. Let me just take a look here quick. Nick, you're not streaming? Terrible. Okay. Yeah, Noctuas, I got just a ton of them. I got a ton of good deals on eBay. I'm gonna be selling some of them though, because I did buy a few too many. So I mean, if you want some like Noctua, what are these? If you want to buy like a couple Noctua F12s from me, I've got a few to sell. Just a few. Yeah. Okay. Good night, everyone.